Okay. So we begin again as this fight continues with you all pretty, or relatively worn thin after a very long day in Mount Inaru. Last session we saw, or two of you really experienced firsthand, the Samsarans creating the strange psychic bridge into realms beyond the universe, and the rot, seemingly a cosmic ocean of something so alien as to be almost incomprehensible. A single drop of this cosmic ocean came back along the same pathway that the Samsarans had so carefully built over some thousands of years of effort, only to be immediately consumed by the ocean, by the rot, and turned to its use. A new arbinger of the rot has been born before you, consuming and utilizing the cocoon and the psychic power that the Samsarans left in their wake with the words, "Use what the flesh knows," ringing in your minds. Seemingly also having learned from its last encounter with you all, quickly utilizing a countermeasure to avoid a critical flaw in its efforts in the last fight, rendered almost useless by the force cage, this time simply teleporting out of it.
You don't need to repeat that.
We were there.
Its focus in this fight having been seemingly lasered in on Gray, hoping to extinguish this flame brought before it a second time. The fight continues, Gray having been a whale until recently, having been grappled by this strange, huge, semi-arachnid, semi-humanoid, monstrous brain creature. After having blinked or used Dimension Door, it's abnormally strong and long toes, looping around and clinging to the webs as it maneuvers around this space with its human legs. It had grappled Gray. Gray switched, Gray the whale swapped out of that form, trying to evade it, but it saved, or made a relatively challenging check to maintain the grapple as Gray almost instantaneously transformed from a whale into a pint-sized hero. And so we will resume at the top of the round. It, as you may recall, was going first. Then we had Johan and Beat Boop, then Quilla, Gray, and Zira, and finally Xerox, way down there at the bottom. So in this moment, unless anybody has any other things they want to talk about or chat or raise before we begin, or of course any strategic talk you guys want to do, now would be the time to do it before we really get into.
Like we haven't been doing that all week.
Are we still good with what's been suggested in the thread?
Yep. Sneaksy.
Okay, just want to make sure because that's. No. Okay, cool.
Where's the business?
And then do you? It can be upcasted. So how much of kind of this handle? Just like relative to where we are right now, or the whole space?
That is an interesting thought.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come up, Josh.
Yeah, I kind of, if we do the whole thing, I feel like it's going to be a little
It's
tricky.
really hard for us.
Yeah.
So
That's
I think just those
probably a
two.
zone, probably like there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
I don't know, they could just drop a fireball directly inside it.
It's not
I know.
bubbling. And
Oh, yeah. Can you
Okay.
shape it?
We will find out.
Alright.
So, as this creature begins its turn, it had focused its feed on anxiety ability, having only been able, I believe, to see, I think one of you saved, perhaps? I think we decided you were immune with mind blame on?
Yeah.
But it, when it went through with Gray, so it, again, draws some psychic energy or something from you, healing its body somewhat. And then it will begin its turn. It will continue its focus here and will continue trying to kill Gray. It's going to make its just some melee attacks here against Gray.
Seems like a really bad idea.
It's going to have disadvantage now because of Holy Aura.
Yes.
Thank God.
Until it breaks your concentration. Alright, so it's going to get 2 attacks. The first one with a disadvantage is 19 to hit.
19 does.
Okay, so 1 hit. Second, save yourself from a natural 20. That one's also going to hit, so we get 2 successful strikes with its pointed, these like horrific pointed and barbed appendages that protrude out like arms without hands, as if the bones of the arms have been sharpened to a point. Stabbing you with those, it's going to.
So many fucking things.
Oh my gosh.
First hit is 23 points piercing damage. Plus, it is also going to remember to use its insightful attack and add an additional 4d6. Yes, thank you. Do this. So that will be an extra 14 points of damage. And then its second attack. That's not as good. Is 19 points of piercing damage.
Gray is not looking
And then, with the the wall of fire down, it looks, because it's kind of like right here, it's got gray, so we'll move this just right here. Keep in mind, this is a ring as well, it's walkable. It's got gray, and it's just like trying to like punch its barbed like bone arm through Gray's flesh as it pins it with another. The wall of fire is down, and now it can see everybody, unless you have some reason why you shouldn't be able to be seen as it looks around.
I'm still behind Gray.
Gray's no longer a whale and does not provide much cover, my friend.
I mean, I'm still behind it.
We're like long ways.
Yeah.
What is just the height difference?
Between each ring is about 10 feet.
10.
And then this is the highest platform area, and then the ceiling's like another 30 feet up.
Okay.
Xerox should move with it.
So yeah, so it's like 10, 20, 30, 40.
They are still attached. With Xerox being attached to their face, can they see around her?
Xerox, you're grappling or something? What's happening? What technically are you asking right now, Joel?
He's grappled to their face.
Their eyeball, whatever vision thing.
Yeah.
That's more than a grapple check to blind, so you're effectively like assigning the blind condition, which I'm not gonna give.
That's fair.
So it looks, its masked face whips around one by one very quickly, locking each of you into its ability to feed on anxiety. Wonderful. Each of you needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
With advantage!
Against fear?
Yes. Yeah. So not you, and I think Xerox, you're effectively
Oh my
by
god.
the same stroke that makes Nazira immune to this. You are as well.
Is it a charm?
Yeah, I have my one
It's not charm. It's fear.
Fear.
That was a 2.
I mean, that looks a little cocked to me. Dallas.
Anybody get something real good?
Much worse.
All
I
right.
got 21.
Only
Only 21.
a mere 21. So you were all affected, and you were all frightened until the start of the Spider Mastermind's next turn. The Harbinger of Rot, I should say. And then it's gonna...
No disbeliever anymore.
It was great for like a second.
It's great for
It
what?
was great knowing
Yeah.
for what we had it there.
Did you take advantage on the Constitution saving throw? Because it gives you advantage on saving throws, and
Yeah.
concentration is a saving throw. Or a saving check. Okay.
I don't know what the other one was.
So do you like succeed on the first one and fail on the second?
Yeah.
So that means you should roll.
So yeah,
okay.
roll one more for the second.
Nope.
Make sure you're...
You tried.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, as frightened, keep in mind that you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight. You cannot willingly move closer to it. The only two people not affected by this are the Zero and Xerox. And that will end its turn. Are you bloodied?
Oh, more than that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
great is not looking great at all.
That will bring us to Johan. Keep him on deck.
Okay. Johan is said 10 feet up, and I have disadvantage already, so I'm chilling on this one for a bit. It's 120 feet. So Johan's going to move just a little closer to the party and then drop fog cloud. Upcast. Actually, I don't think I need.
That's so rude.
Sure.
Disagree.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Now, somehow, I think you're gonna work through it.
Just a bug.
Yeah, I'm gonna upcast it at second level. And so it's a 40-foot radius, and we're just basically it's a
Was it at the edge?
yeah. So it should be dividing our folk here.
Okay.
Effectively, just this quarter, the map would be in it, with the exception that it's not going to get down, obviously, to that ring there.
Mhm.
So it should be, you said up, it's 10 feet between each, so
Yeah.
10 and then 10. So it'll actually technically get down there if I'm centering it like right. So
Yeah.
like right there.
Yeah, so, I guess, are you setting it up so it will cover the Harbinger as well, or just put the Harbinger right at the edge of it?
Right at the edge is kind of the desired. So
Okay.
however we want to like manipulate that fog cloud,
Mhm.
but it should be at this point obfuscating us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody except for Gray, 100%, with Gray like still in its like grapple, and being like lower potentially, because the fog, being like a circle and being higher than this, I'm imagining it kind of approaching a like curved line here. So I'll say we'll do a quick check for Gray, and I'll determine. Okay. And you'll find out, because now you all can't see shit. If you're in that, and you're in it as well. It's your cool. Okay,
That's my turn.
well played. And that's completely obscured, effectively blind, right? I just want to double check the condition there, and if something else for you,
Heavily obscured, yeah.
Nice. Oh, legendary actions. I have those.
Those are terrible
I
ideas.
have those. I
Did
think
you
I
have
might.
enough, Mark?
Alright, it's in a list. Okay. That's not exactly what we want. But what it can do,
I have no idea.
I know. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to use a legendary action to cast one of its at-will spells and cast Dispel Magic. This is not, it's not a reaction, it's not counter spell, so this will go into effect and at least for a moment block its sight from you all, which is relevant. It casts that at the spell saved DCs may be effective spell casting level. I'll just say it's at the base level for Dispel.
Isn't Dispel like a counter spell where you have to?
That's what I was looking at what I was trying to see if there was a level for it. So I'm just going to cast it at the base level. And you cast Fog Cloud level 2. That Dispel is level 2, pretty sure, 2 or 3, so it will.
Oh. Becky!
Yeah, that's a level 2 or 3 spell.
Roll.
Level 5.
Oh, 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Counter it. You see you have to see it.
Can I see that the everything's
You can't.
I
You
can't?
just
Oh,
yeah.
damn, okay.
Yeah, you can't see it casting the spell.
I was hoping I could see the
Good thought though. That was would have
Fluctuation
been
of fog.
clutch. But yeah, because suddenly it's
Okay.
like the fog billows out. You can't see, but you can hear and almost feel the psychic pressures of the brain. You can almost imagine maybe the squelch you can hear is the brain shifting
Yeah,
as it's
that moves.
manipulating its power
Mhm.
and casts the spell. Dispels the fog cloud. But you guys feel that anxiety not dissipate. You are still under the fear condition, but you feel that connection to it is lost.
Okay.
Awesome. And we'll go to Bipu.
So wait, they might not be feeding on our anxiety anymore is basically what you're saying to me?
Yeah, it seems like
Okay, I think,
you may not be able to siphon off some of your energy to heal itself.
well, I do like hearing that then. Oh my god, where is the thing? I'm gonna do, fuck, you can see me again. It's like I have time to think of these things before, and then it doesn't matter that I do. I'm gonna summon myself a
Magical number.
a thingy,
Okay. Just
a cannon.
Can't see through the fog. I'm sorry.
I figured probably, but
I am going to choose the appropriate. Oh, fuck. God damn it. This is such a hard choice to make. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. I'm gonna make it a cannon of protection. I'm going to have it grapple onto my shoulder so it is on top of me. So, as a bonus action, I will activate that. And to each creature of your choice within 10 feet. So if you're within 10 feet of me, which is definitely Gray, and who else? I don't know. You get 11 temporary hit points, and I am included in that pool. So that's going to include me, Gray, and potentially Xerox, it looks like. 11 10 hit points. Oh, that does feel better. That's my action and bonus action. For my... Is it a free action to hand Gray something?
Yeah, let's take it. Just a quick handoff.
Okay, I'm going to, it doesn't super matter at the moment, but I'm going to hand Gray my ball of yarn and say, if you would like to take a quick kinetic jaunt, just use that. And then,
Kinetic jumps?
yes. It's a spell that grants you 10 to your concentration, increase your movement speed by 10 feet, and you don't provoke opportunity attacks.
No one reply though?
It's your concentration, not mine.
Oh,
So,
gotcha.
I'm just handing you a thing so you can use your action to cast the spell if you want to. And then I can't really move anywhere I want to, but I'm gonna just keep my hand on Gray's shoulder and have my sword out when I'm ready to not be scared of this damn thing in front of me.
Wonderful.
Not on my turn.
Okay. It is.
Oh, also, if you're within 10 feet of me, you have a +2 to your AC.
Ooh.
Don't. You have half cover.
Hold off. So that's gonna move on. We'll go to Quilla. Gray, you're on deck.
Okay.
Tell it.
Should I go big or go basic?
These are hard
We'll
like
say one answer.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna cast Hex on it since I was gonna do it last time, and that was cheating. So Hex on it, so it'll have disadvantage on strength saving throws or strength, whatever it is, strength checks. And then I'm gonna blast it 3 times with Eldritch Blast. I think that's gonna be my best for what I can do with the spells available and stuff. What's that? 15 hit?
That does not hit.
Actually, it was about 16, but still.
That's close.
23.
To hit? That'll hit, yeah.
Okay, so 23 hits. And I'm just gonna roll the other attack right now, and that's even more. So then, Eldritch Blast is 10.
These days they'll make a monster that has adaptive armor, so it's a high-low.
Yeah.
You get lower than 10 and higher or something.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, it's a 7 plus.
It's going to be unrewarding mechanically though. It's but
Yeah.
high attack roll means I'm better, but now it means I'm worse.
24, 6, and 1. 24 plus 7.
31?
31 plus 5 psychic damage on top of that, which gets added.
Okay.
So 31 plus 2.
Nice.
Does that look like it even scratched it?
Absolutely it did. In fact, I would go as far as to say that the creature is bloody. Successive force blasts. Successive force blasts from your eldritch energy just slammed into the brain repeatedly. You can see it with each one is suffering some hemorrhage, some damage. The whole thing is starting to struggle more. It's creaking and moving its limbs, shifting its way away from you, a little bit frightened of this large group in front of it. Were you doing that with disadvantage?
Oh,
'Cause you're in the
I'm sorry, I meant to
fog.
say that I had climbed up a
Didn't the
little
fog get
to
the
try
spell?
to
Oh,
get
yeah, you're
that.
right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They broke through the time barrier.
And then the other question I had with that, did I notice any different with the way the hex responded to it? Part of that was hex damage, so it would be necrotic. Did I notice any difference
So there was some
in
of that. So there was
Sorry, there was
fortune and,
7 points of that was necrotic.
necrotic.
Never mind, it's not bloody.
Nope. Still.
Seemed like it hurt.
Psychic brain does not like necrotic damage.
Okay, good to know. Okay. It looks hurt by, you can see these black tendrils of where it just sort of clings a little extra to the wounds that sort of rots away a little bit.
Awesome. All right, that ends your turn. We go to Gray. Oh
Uh,
wait.
It does stuff for them to crawl up like as far as I can climb. So
Okay.
probably like 20 or like 20 or so.
Cool. Yeah, have your movement.
Yeah.
It is going to. It's going to cast a spell here.
I put a spell on you.
It's going to cast.
Bird. I remember the bird's here. Because I need more things to pay attention to.
Always.
It's better that way.
Only 7 to 12 women creatures.
Now, how many rocks are in this room that I can
All right. It doesn't like what it sees around it, and noticing you all on a nice, well, at least a couple of you here in a little cluster, it is going to use its legendary action to cast a less available spell, and a column of light and flame crashes down from the ceiling, slamming into the ground right in front of it here.
Oh,
And
that's
I
not.
believe it's going to land this with its 10-foot radius,
Ugh.
just so it hits all three of you and your
It is
summon.
grappling me.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It is grappling you. You were correct.
Damage from it?
I
Yeah,
mean,
will it damage itself?
I'll give it a dexterity check to see. Give it a DC of high DC. I'll make it check against its own spell DC. How about that?
Ooh.
So it's making a dex save against its own spell DC, and it can't do this without a nat 20. It does not. So it takes the damage as well. It's committed to burning Gray alive.
Wow.
So why don't all of you?
Jared dropped off.
Jared! Oh, weird. It still shows him right there.
It's frozen.
This will be a dexterity saving throw.
What, disadvantage because I'm grappling?
This is using battery. What is that? Plug in.
Oh god. Here we go. I don't want to make this check. What's the struggle? What's the struggle?
I mean, just being open. Maybe I have too many.
Too many tabs? Oh, god damn it.
And having the batteries down to 5% just
Oh, no.
plugged in, and no wonder, it's no wonder. Always does this.
Do we need to take some things off of it?
Yeah.
Which
maybe
is going to take.
Maybe I mean, I don't know. Why don't we just finish this spell up, and we can
Does
take
someone else
just a
want to
quick
bring Jared
break.
up on Discord?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know that why, did Jared say that he cut off, or we did?
Is the microphone and the camera drawing like that much power?
I mean, no,
No,
it's
it's
like,
from
I've done this before, and it's
That sounds great.
Some hardship there.
It climbed to 6%.
It's
I
going.
wonder if that plug-in is not actually juicing it, the top plug.
Getting juicy? Yeah, I'm getting juicy. But I can look.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Very good.
Yeah, so dex saves. Anybody get a really good number?
Mm-mm.
Any of you?
No.
I guess the only two here would be Red and,
Oh, it rolled back.
No,
Was it almost a natural 20?
oh, now my
No, it
computer
was
just shut off.
reasonable.
something better not a 5.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Switch.
I have my extension cord.
So that will, sounds like you guys fail. Just check the damage here. That's not so bad, guys. 14 points of fire damage.
Thank God.
And then 10 points of radiant damage. And that was its legendary action.
How many radiant?
Real blood.
Yeah.
No matter.
No, Jewel just plugged it into the one that I think was causing the problem. So I plugged it into the one.
I was mine away. I saw mine from what I was on.
No, I already did that. It
Oh.
So you put it back to the one that was originally, I think, causing the issue.
I see.
So that's legendary action, and we could just we'll just take a pause there. Technical challenge. Pause.
Technical difficulty rate?
Andrea's turn.
Such a tease.
Whoa.
Yeah, it should work fine with
All right,
the
Jared.
microphone and everything. Just with
Do you want to plug the that mic into my system?
sure.
One less drain.
I think
All right,
we'll be fine.
Jared.
I think this wasn't getting
You
power
didn't miss
from
much,
the-
except we're all dead. Oh.
Oh, goodness, fancy.
Need a dongle?
Okay, yeah.
You people and your dongles.
Just pull them out, show them off.
I need to drink water. Water is the moisture is the essence of
Alright.
Guess my computer also decided that we did to install a little update or something.
Oh,
It looked
fun.
like there was something that happened.
Your computer was actively working against you.
Yeah.
So, Mark, for grapple, the condition also ends if the creature, the reach of the grappler, such as when the creature is hurled away by the Thunder Wave spell. So Gray has a swarm ability that when you hit something, it knocks him back 5 feet.
Sure.
Would that all fall into that
You're
category?
like gonna use your bugs to hit you yourself?
No, to hit him, and then I fly back 5 feet.
Oh, I see.
Which, would that be similar to Thunderwave spell? Because it is something that knocks me 5 feet away.
It's hurled away by the Thunderwave spell.
Pull up as ability as well.
Yeah, I would say, at the very least, I would say that I would allow a grapple check at that time. Like a free grapple check.
But it says the ability would end up.
It's not,
That's the generous stuff.
Removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or grappling effect. Such as when a creature is hurled away by the Thunderwave spell.
And the ability I'm going to use is you remove one scroll 5 feet horizontally in your direction of your choice. This also gives you half cover until the start of your next turn.
I also might not picture out its reach though.
That's true. If he has a 10-foot reach,
You sure do.
he do, then I will still be in there.
Yeah.
But
Jared,
I
can
can
you
know
hear
that.
us?
Yeah.
So, did I miss anything? Did I miss anything?
We all died.
Mm.
We're all dead. No, that was it.
No, just Gray.
Yeah, you were caught in a spell. Did you catch that?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it caught you in a flame strike spell. So you need to make a dex save.
24 damage. fire, 14 fire.
Mm-hmm.
Powers climbing.
Oh shit! Oh, it's covered.
You know that? Yeah. Another 16.
Yeah, that'll fail. So you'll take, I believe it was 14 fire damage and 10 radiant damage.
Takes like only barbarian could. A barbarian without rage.
With no rages.
How you looking, Xerox?
I'm still good.
Yeah, compared to Gray.
I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's good compared to Gray.
No.
And Xerox can like drop, like 100 HP and still be looking better than the Zero at full health. So.
Yeah, it's true.
Legendary actions for the round.
Oh god.
Hate to see it. Gray, if we're all ready to resume, is up. Computer is working again.
Yay!
Ray. No, we can see everyone. There's no fog anymore.
I might, Jared, do I need to mute myself or anything? I'm not in the chat, am I? Cool. So I need Discord.
No, you can.
Oh wait, I do for the video. That's right. I'll mute myself and put it for you on. There. How's that?
Alright, I can see.
Oh, cool. There we go. Jared's also muted. We should not fall into the abyss.
What?
Everybody shut up.
Maybe mute the
I need to
screen.
mute Johan as well, who's in here as well. So, okay, how about that? We haven't died?
Sounds better.
Can you hear us
Ears are not going to
still?
split.
Yes, I can.
Oh.
Yay!
Just like real life.
And you can see? Just making sure?
Yes, I can. I can see and I can hear.
Beautiful.
More over there. There you go. Okay, so we're at Gray.
So this thing is kind of like down below me a little bit?
It's pulled you down like with it, so you're like kind of like off this a little bit. So you're like hanging out in some space right between you.
That's dumb, but it's a good idea. It's so dumb. I am going to ask polymorph on myself, and I'm going to turn back into a whale.
Whale has so much HP too. Monster.
It's going to flop back down next to it.
What size creature are you? As a whale?
Large, huge.
It's gotta be huge at least, right?
I love everything.
Okay.
So amazing.
Alright.
No. Oh shit! I have to make that save.
So I was going to try and land on it, crush out a huge beast. But I want to try and land on it if I can, but...
Holy shit! I have rolled terribly on everything. Ray, you are no longer flying. I apologize.
Does the whale fall out of the sky?
The whale was in the sky.
This guy, since it was kind of like holding on to you, I'm gonna say like as you transform, you just displace it and push it away. And
Can it grapple a huge creature?
I mean,
It was before you turned into Ray.
a large creature can grapple a large creature. Normal can grapple a normal. I don't see why a huge could grapple another huge
Yeah.
without penalty.
I'm also trying to get you out of grapple.
Yeah.
What if it's already grappled though, and it goes from like normal to huge?
Yeah. I think since we did that kind of with the reverse, why don't as you as the whale are flopping around this moment, just take in addition to the actual spell being cast, take a free, like athletics or acrobatics check.
Since I'm a whale, let's go with strength.
Let's go with acrobatics.
That's going to be a 21.
21 gets out of the DC, out of the grapple.
It's a strength check. It's a strength check.
It's a set DC for, actually that's just for the initial check.
It's just opposed, right?
Yeah, it's different than, no, it has this specific ability, some monsters get specific abilities that allow them to like automatically succeed on a grapple. Those typically have a set DC, like a set escape DC, which Gray has surpassed.
I'm good fucking new, guys. My speed is 0, so I just flop around.
You ain't got no legs.
Fantastic. Anything else from Gray?
I mean, I could have told you that you weren't going to be able to fly before you chose to turn.
No,
it changes your.
I just need to do something to survive. Then I'll have my turn.
All right, and 0.
Oh shit.
Okay. Stealthy Acidic's gonna run through here.
Oh, you just pawn them.
Yeah.
It's a cool die.
It is. It's a gift from a wonderful person. First thing I'm gonna do is, my first action is, well, I'm gonna finish going up to the console,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost with my first action.
Okay.
27.
27 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That hits.
So its speed is reduced by 10.
Doesn't he get a save or anything? OP.
8, 13 points of damage.
Cold.
Cold damage.
You said 13?
Mm-hmm. And then with my second action, I'm going to see if there's a way I can utilize the arcane panels in the room to sort of, or something like that, to sort of, maybe if there's a way to focus them and create a sort of an anti-brain weapon.
Oh, nice. Can you use the panels to focus them and create an anti-brain weapon? I love the energy here. You know a lot about this stuff, but you know a couple things here without even having to roll. You know that these panels certainly seem to have been used to manipulate psychic energy and stuff. And those modifications aren't necessarily part of what you learn through the schematics and whatnot, the visual information you've gathered. So you'll have to be kind of working in the dark a little bit. So there's, I would say, go ahead and you think that it's pretty likely, potentially. As with some of the other things you've experienced in this mountain, it may just be a question of time, like how quickly can this thing be done versus can it be done at all. So give me intelligence. Do Arcana check. Yeah, Arcana check.
14.
14.
Beep boop.
Yeah, you think that there's definitely something that can be done here. Like these panels are able to move around and focus, and they are able to channel and manipulate psychic energy. This creature is certainly, you're not sure if you could use it to just like negate some of its powers or actually like harm it or something. You think there's definitely something you can do here, but it's just how to do that in like a realistic 6 second or 12 or 18 seconds is escaping you in the moment. So
Beep boop.
Yes.
Time to take a look at this. If you can, if you have the chance.
I'll try.
Too busy.
Try not to die, Rob.
It might help us.
all right, anything else you'd like to attempt on your turn?
I mean, I think that counts for both of my actions.
Okay. All right, Xerox, you're up.
Maybe we should argue our way out of this one again. Any good dual arguments? I'm hearing them.
Making a weapon.
Mm.
Harbinger of Rock. 3 questions. Sorry, what was that?
I will recklessly dash this thing's head that I'm on.
Excellent.
Oh, I did. Can I say I want to have Hootsworthy perform the help action with Xerox to give Xerox advantage, and that will just be continuing throughout the rest of the fight.
Sure.
Every time.
Yeah.
And then I won't recklessly attack them.
Who's really going to provide the help on one of your attacks? So
One
if
of
you
your
want
attacks,
advantage
yeah.
on both, then you'll still need a reckless.
Okay, well. Okay, 29 to hit.
That'll hit.
I'll do it. I'll do big.
For a whopping 8 damage, and I will go reckless on this next one. Uh, 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Uh, 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And well, no, I can't do anything else, so I will try to maintain my position and keep smashing this thing, so that'll end my turn.
Okay. Yes, Joel.
Xerox has the bludgeoning feature that allows them to knock something back 5 feet when it hits it with a bludgeoning weapon. Can it knock it back
It
5
has
feet?
to be within one size of me.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Just too darn big.
Looking out though.
Yeah, good thought.
Really, just trying to.
No, I've thought about this. This creature is like specifically designed to negate a lot of what I do.
Yeah, same.
Just stay alive, Ray. Just stay alive.
You are taking right now.
Yeah.
All senses of the word.
Unintentional
Oh man.
Okay, so we go.
That ends my turn, so.
Excellent. Good bashing. We go to the top of the next round. And the Harbinger of Rot will resume its turn. So you're no longer grappled by it? Is that the case?
Oh,
yeah.
Or is it?
It's true.
Remind me. It should maintain its grapple.
It did not make
It
it
did.
grapple, but I am laying directly in front of it.
Okay, so it doesn't have your
Oh,
grapple.
that's
No,
funny.
thrashing about.
Okay.
I'm just picturing
Oh, that's right.
magic card.
Yeah. It'll be a Gyarados one of these days. Okay. Our friend, the Harbinger of Rot, is going, he really wants to be grappled.
No.
Why?
It's going to, yeah, it's going to do, that's what it just do with its attack. So it's going to do that. So yeah, you notice that this round it was not able to heal itself by siphoning energy from your fear, but it will take its attacks against Gray, seemingly hoping to impale and grapple it again. I don't believe it has advantage anymore. Also it is going to activate its feed on anxiety ability, so once again, boing! You can see everybody, once again.
Am I behind the whale again?
Not all of you, not entirely, you can still see, but it's tall as well.
Okay.
Our friend. Sounds like nobody rolled something super high, so
20 not enough.
you're once again afraid of the creature.
I got, hold on, 26? Is that?
That's a.
This got a roll of 18!
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't think I can actually. I only have a one to listen to.
I need to roll a 20.
No, because this is. Oh, I guess there's
Percent
20.
20,
Yeah.
Alright, so 2 attacks against Ray the Whale.
It's good to have advantage.
Its lowest attack is an 18.
Lowest one hit well.
It has a plus 2. Oh, no, it does.
Hit.
It has a plus 2 AC.
And Gray, you will, in addition to taking the damage, you will need to make 2 grapple. Nope, it is grapple element.
Let's do it one at a time, so I have to make a concentration check in between.
Oh yeah, I'm rolling these. Yes,
Okay.
I'll give you the damage here. That's a good one. 32 points of piercing damage for the first attack.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's polymorph. No.
Yeah, so on that, I should probably roll it, right?
Yeah.
10 plus my constitution saving throw. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 plus your. Yeah, it's a Constitution saving throw.
So, 12.
12 total.
Yeah.
That's how much was the damage?
Now Warcaster?
No.
32.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
That's
It's
not gonna
16
cut it.
is
So
your
that'll-
DC.
Will that go to the whale and then I wake up out of it?
I
Because that damage
think
did hit the whale.
the damage is the whale, so we'll
Yeah.
apply that damage to the whale. That will
Okay.
break the concentration, so you go back to Gray without having taken any damage.
Okay.
And the second one lands.
But then he has. What was the second attack? Just because his AC is 19.
Oh, that's true. The second one was well, that's odd because I didn't have them in order, but I used the lower one first, I guess. But
I mean.
it's like almost 30.
Okay.
Is he grappled right now?
He is now grappled because that was a successful attack. We'll say, yeah, technically I'm not sure how I want to rule that, but with 2 of them landing, he's grappled one way or the other.
Okay.
Because the second hit lands and that one will grapple, even if the first one's like, I grappled the whale, and then it was no longer a whale and it lost its grapple. The
Got it.
second one will still land. The second attack does, did I?
There was some added damage. I think you're going to add the 46 to that.
I do need to do that as well, thank you.
So that's the first.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll add this insightful
And
damage to the first
you knock
attack.
the whale.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll just, that'll blow through and like go into the whale and be ignored. And I'm pretty sure I rolled this game with the same exact number, so it made me suspicious. But that should be 32 again. 32 piercing damage.
So Gray is down.
There is a quivering excitement in the brain as it takes, it lifts Gray up impaled on one of its appendages, and you see it looks at you all, tucks Gray's body as if it's about to turn and run with it.
Fuck you, animal.
That will end its turn.
Wow.
And it attacks Gray's body as if it's what?
It's the Heisman.
Yeah, taking Gray like a football and preparing to run with it.
How does that work mechanically? Do I get an opportunity attack to grab Gray's body?
Not to grab a body. No, you can make an opportunity attack against a creature leaving your threat range. But nowhere does it say you can steal a humanoid check.
Grapple.
So that will. Let's see. Does it want to start moving
Keep
now?
looking at my spell list like I have it.
I think it's gonna. No, it's gonna wait. It's gonna hold its turn. It's gonna end its turn there, and we will go on. You hear a heavy noise echo into this chamber from the storeroom or the utility room.
Oh my god.
The sound of something incredibly heavy landing from a great height. And it is not Teletubbies that you see rounding the corner, because their turn is not working at the same convenient timing. But Vitaria.
Oh, I thought you were going to say ellipses.
Vitaria charges into this chamber. This is like you guys just hasting down or like rushing down here. So they have spent their turns dashing to get down here, and Toby Tots took the quick fall route. So they are arriving on scene here now. But unable to act, having just dashed, Victoria springs into this room, and just like this look of just absolute horror washes over her face for just a moment, and then it is just like there is just this like immediate just like, okay, this is the shit we have to deal with, and just like gets down to business. You can see her like already beginning to like whip into some magic casting. Not a lot of spell slots left, but she's got a few left. Johan.
Okay. I'm rushing towards Gray.
Okay.
My goal is to get within 5 feet of Gray. So just. Gonna,
You're up here.
yep.
Remember, it's still difficult terrain moving through here, so yeah, move yourself where you need to be.
Okay. 10, and then I'm gonna have to jump down. Okay.
Or like climb. Remember, there's like there's so much webbing throughout this place that you can just like you're like climbing through.
Okay.
The side.
Yeah. I am like solely focused on taking my movement to get to Gray. Is that going to be possible?
If you move, you only have 30 movement.
40.
40, so you can move effectively 2 tiles. So I would like you to
Wait,
get you down
Four?
here.
40 plus.
40 would get you. Oh yeah, so it would get you 4 tiles instead of 8. That's right. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll get you where you want to be.
Okay.
Difficult terrain is now 1/4 movement.
So I reach out and I grab hold of Gray, and
Can I?
yes, please.
I just want to interject one thing. It does have a legendary action that it wanted to use, and that's why it didn't use its movement on its turn, because it wanted to use the legendary action instead.
Okay.
So if I can do that, this has Victoria. They'll
Oh, it's Victoria's damn turn. God damn it, Victoria.
Victoria comes in, got a natural 20 on her initiative.
What a roll. Good job.
The Legendary Rot was planning on, now that it has Gray in its little grasp, is going to use its Scurry legendary action. This does only allow it to move up to half its speed.
Its speed is reduced by 10.
Yes. Additionally, aren't you afraid? Can you
No,
not?
he
Yes, you say.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, awesome. Okay. So, normally, this is it has a climb speed, which is 25 feet only. That is down to 15 from your spell, and Scurry sucks. Up to half its speed. So it's like 7.5. So it really only gets like here.
Okay.
Gosh.
And it takes Gray.
I'm attached to them.
Yeah,
And
Xerox is on top of it too.
You're grappling it.
Yeah.
Face.
With that arm face thing. I mean, that whole face thing.
Yeah, I can't move then.
Yeah, if it's grappled, its movement is 0.
But it's like larger.
But yeah, but it's
Yeah.
2 sizes larger.
He's grappling the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you'll get moved along with it. Oh man, it's not moving through anybody, which is the other half of this ability that makes it good. God, it's so limited. But that's what it was planning on doing. That's what it does.
Okay.
Does he get an opportunity attack? Or
No, that's
you
part
weren't
of the
close
thing.
enough?
I wasn't even close enough. I
There's
wasn't
always
hungry.
opportunity attacks with this ability.
Alright.
Good.
I think I
Not
can
angry.
still get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, reach out, grab Gray,
Oh my god.
and say, not today, and I cast Thunderstep.
Oh.
I'm not fucking around. And I'm gonna take Mr. Gray right up to Vitaria, 90 feet.
Oh,
And I don't.
Yeah, you want to see the destination?
Yes.
Oh, would you like right at the edge?
Okay.
Or like up higher into the.
Sure.
Yes.
Do it right there. And then here's the other thing. So this is going to be a Constitution save for you.
Okay. It's
Natural one.
pretty good chance. This is its best. It's a 19 on this one. It's 19. That's a natural 20.
Wow, that's going to happen.
It's a 39.
So that's going to be 3d10.
my heart hurts.
It's getting harder.
So that's 18 points of thunder damage. And then, let's see here.
This spell requires a willing creature.
Correct.
You're not an object yet.
My soul is still trapped in that form.
You have implicit consent with Gray.
And then, as a bonus action, you're how far down are you?
I'm 0.
So, would it be advantageous to do Healing Word, or
You already cast a spell.
well, it's a bonus action?
I mean, you can't cast a.
It has to be a
Yeah.
cantrip.
I know. I was like, oh god, no.
I do. I think I do, but that's a.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Do you have a healing potion?
Well,
It's
isn't
an action.
but isn't Thunderstep an action?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, Thunderstep is an action or a bonus action.
it's an action.
Oh, okay.
That's why healing word was.
What did I just come up with? I could do my last bardic inspiration, I guess. I can't heal with it, but it's for a save, because you're going to be rolling, right?
Death save. But
Oh,
he's got
I don't know.
death
I don't know if
save.
it works.
Fire dead body
I don't know
or
if
a passed out body.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a healing potion. So I feel like that's probably going to be my turn.
It's a good turn.
Yeah.
One hell of a turn.
Well played. Well. I think that it is going to use its legendary action to cast Wall of Fire again.
Yay! I love you.
You have to roll for it.
Yeah, okay.
It's a level 5 spell.
She's put him on, so my level 5 is.
Gosh, darn words. Yeah. How many spell slots do you have left? Was that?
I have one more.
That's gonna be so cool! That burns its legendary action, and you see just for a moment like this like you feel this like pressure and heat just like begin to like just explode into existence in front of you and just goes and is dispelled. Well played. Good rounded, everybody. All right. Anything else from Johan? Then we'll go to Deep Boot.
Jesus fucking Christ, this is panic-inducing. Okay. Can I? Let me check one thing. Sorry, Do something else. Okay, so bird. We're gonna start with bird. Bird's over here. It's gonna fly 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to get to me. I'm going to reach into my pouch and hand that bird a potion, if you'll allow it. It's tiny, so I don't know if a tiny bird can hold a potion.
How tiny is it?
It's tiny. Literally.
What's
It says this is a tiny construct. There's a strength score of 4.
I'll make a strength check. You're kind of gonna try and deliver this to Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes the potion.
I rolled a 15, so a 12.
And begins flying with this potion. You can like see it's like it starts off good, like quickly starts coming down, like starts falling down. You're afraid it's gonna like smash the bottle on the ground, but like barely makes it.
Okay, because I use my bonus action to tell it to fly over there and take that to those people over there. And then with my... I'm still scared of the stupid... Can't use my movement because I'm scared of it. Oh wait, I didn't want
The
to...
reduction lasts until your next turn. Good.
I didn't want to do that. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna use a ray of
So
frost
starting my next turn.
on it. Oh, it doesn't matter because I rolled like shit.
Alright.
So, those both miss. And,
You can't move at all?
well, I can, I just am not about to, like, I have 2 main priorities is keeping people alive in BHG, and one of those very important people is currently attached to the head of rock. So, I wouldn't do that. So, I'm gonna stay right there. And bird to the potion, and that's gonna end the Boot's turn.
Okay. To be Boot, we have Quilla.
Alright, Quilla
Being unconscious.
is gonna grab, like, clutch the, rod, timer. And you see all this, like, black, like, wiggling forms come out, and it forms the shape of, like, a arm and like an outstretched hand, and it goes and it just tries to poke the brain. And casts Finger of Death.
Whoa!
Can we turn it into a little bird monster?
Says right here, it's too much pen. So read me the Finger of Death.
So, Finger of Death uses a negative energy course through a creature that you can see within range, causing a 60-foot range, causing it searing pain. The target must make a Constitution saving throw, and it takes 78 plus 30 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. And then a humanoid that with this spell rises at the start of your next turn.
This is very much not a humanoid, unfortunately. You might get a couple of legs.
I
trying
really
to
wanted
walk
to
around.
burn.
I know, I was wondering.
So,
Legs.
so the max damage this can do is 100? 70?
78.
Oh,
plus
78. I thought you said 70. I was like, why would you do
So,
that?
yeah, yes.
Alright, so yeah, roll your
Okay.
damage.
Imagine this big necrotic figure comes out and like places a Lego right down in front of all those feet.
10
No, it puts it D4.
Yeah.
14, it says 24, 25, I will have ability. 25, and then Hex also, 29.
Hex add to spells? Is it like an anytime you damage, or is it when you?
I think it's an attack.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah,
an
an
attack.
attack.
it's
Is it?
No.
No?
Finger of death.
Yeah.
only good one target.
No?
Does it say spell it?
Like, do you have to roll for the attack?
Let me.
Yeah, let's say.
Let me
It
Yeah.
just say,
Let me
yeah, it
say
just say,
something. Okay, never mind.
attacks are, yeah.
Okay, thanks,
You have
that's
to
fine.
make the attack roll.
What did I say before that?
It's 29.
29, and then,
But you added the hex to it, I think.
So it's 25.
25. There you
yeah, thank you. So 25 plus 30,
go. Just that.
so 55 damage.
5 potential damage
Potential.
here. So you may recall it has an exceptional constitution.
It does.
Has a plus 19. What's
Okay.
the DC?
My spell DC is 19.
So it needs not one.
You don't
like,
natural one.
no, you can't even fail on that
I mean, I
one. Like,
guess-
it's not an
Yeah,
automatic
it's
fail.
not
So I guess-
So it automatically
Okay,
succeeds.
so we're not at this
Yeah.
now. Damn. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, so that's the damage.
7 damage?
27, you say?
27?
Still nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still takes a chunk out of it.
Oh, yeah. That was over the 200 mark.
Oh, thank God.
Um,
Wait, do you mean under the 200 mark?
Oh, I count up for my HPs.
Oh, you count up, okay.
Addition's easier than subtraction.
That is true.
That is true. Surprisingly.
Um, wonderful. Anything else from Quilla, the death catcher?
Quilla's gonna look up at Nazira and see how she's doing up there. If she needs anything, I don't think I can help very much up there. I'm just gonna like climb a little bit higher, so I'm like a few away from the door. There you go, like 10 feet.
Right on. Great.
You see a combination of like beetles and slugs and spiders and stuff as they crawl out of the bug bag and attempt to start performing CPR.
All right, first CPR check. Hey,
Yeah.
so far so good.
Right?
I don't like this.
I'm gonna do it.
You're so
excited.
Oh my God.
Zero.
This is how beautiful my ones are made.
Yeah,
Still.
I'm into it.
So I'll move this back up to 4. I'm going to check haste. I'm going to check to see, are there any natural defenses in this room from the system? Like, did they build it with the control panel? Like, are there any integral to the original schematics and the original build of this place? Or are they all, or is the only way to do it like with the post-hoc additions that the Samsarans made?
I'm not understanding what you're trying to do here or what you're asking.
So are like there any native defenses?
What do you mean defense, like turrets?
Turrets or
No,
automatons
there's
or anything like that?
No, there's not really there isn't really.
I just thought I would check.
We've all seen Star Trek.
No, yeah.
Calling right?
Put the mountain on red alert.
Yeah.
In that case, I'll just cast Ray of Frost twice.
Make saves on this, or no? That's
Attack
okay.
rolls.
Yeah.
16 is not gonna hit. 29.
That will definitely.
Okay.
How's it gonna steal gray if its movement is reduced?
Oh, that's a great question. It's not going to. The answer.
17 points of damage.
Nice.
Its movement is reduced again. I think it stacks too, so now that we got it.
Okay. Anything else from Zero?
Who's worthy? It's just 0.
Xerox, you're up.
Okay, I don't see really any other course of action. I'm just going to swing my hammer recklessly at this thing.
And whose are these?
25 to hit.
Advantage at least once.
Okay. 8 damage. And then
8.
25 to hit. And another 10 damage.
Oh yeah. Racking up that damage.
And I also want to look around. Do any of these webs seem to have any slack in them?
Many of them at this point, like many of them have been snapped and are like hanging loosely around here, but most, like the ones that are still like connected are still, you know, taut.
Okay. Alright. It's good information to have. How close am I to the cocoon?
The cocoon largely dissolved away, revealing this monstrosity, having consumed or made use of the cocoon flesh. So the cocoon, like the wrappings of it, are kind of like have fallen down below amidst the webbing hanging above the hole in the top of the mountain.
Alright. That makes sense. That'll end my turn.
Right. You hear a loud steps of Togatons moving faster than you've ever heard them run before. The stamping of their heavy footsteps on the ground as they barge into this chamber, coming in here. And it says, just like shouts, "Abominations beware! By the gods!" And just stops for just a moment to take it in, and then just starts running to like leap into the fray. I'll get a mini here as needed, but Togatos is right up here as well. Also within the scene this turn. Then we go to the top of the next round. The Rot. The Harbinger of Rot survives to see another round. This time, the feed on anxiety was not interrupted.
I will throw up that it's 7 o'clock. I don't know if I want to take a little break before we get into the top of the next round.
Oh, that's a good thought. Okay, but so I'll just make a note. Feed on anxiety is not affecting the Zira or Xerox. You're still alive, Gray, so I'm going to say it's still affecting you. So it'll affect Gray, and you made the save.
Should I be afraid though?
You're not.
No, it's just
Your unconscious
taking your
mind is
soul.
still boiling in terror, as your brain knows it's dying.
If he's prone on the ground and 40 feet up from this thing, can it see it?
Oh, so from the last round, it's feeding on our energy.
Oh.
But it does need to see you for the feed to take place.
I would be laying on the ground.
Jumped up there. You did have to like stop at the edge because you were also down there and had to do the so I'm saying it's like right at the edge where you had to stop. That's still just an insight.
I mean, you would have to set me down somewhere. I would choose not the edge.
Already used all your movement and stuff, so yeah, that's why. If you had movement, I would have given it to you. But so yeah, that'll be Gray. So not affecting you because you made the save. So Gray and Quilla and Bipu are all feeding this thing this round. You don't need to do anything. It is draining some latent psychic energy from you. This is from the last round of saves.
Oh, that's
so
right.
now it's healing itself because it still has sight of several of you for the whole round.
And I guess Victoria and Peter Tots are.
Yeah, they started the feed after before they arrived, so they weren't targeted. Okay, are we ready to resume?
Yes.
Fantastic. So it,
What's
oh, dramatic lighting, so good.
What
Sets
dramatic
the
lighting?
stage.
Unless it's annoying for people over there.
I love it.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's healed itself after consuming some of your psychic energy. Let's see. It is going to. It's got a Xerox hanger on. Okay. And you guys are further away.
Sometimes you return.
Its movement is reduced, which is awful.
Which is perfect.
It is.
Glad it used its dimension door to get out of my force cage.
No,
You can only do that once.
Yeah, I do.
Better correct this book here. Doesn't want to spend an action dimension building. It's really the question.
Because he can do it as a legendary action.
Exactly. And he's got a big
Don't
old
give him
brain.
ideas.
Thinking about all these things. This is happening so much. He's thinking through all these things like in an instant while I'm here, just like, what am I gonna do? The big old brain on its back.
Time
twitching.
dilation.
Yeah. That's a 90-foot cone. We like 90-foot cones.
No! We don't. Wait, do we all?
Yeah, it has a single focus here today. Beloved, gathered here today. It is going to use its psychic dart attack again.
What?
Its brain, as you've seen, is secreting this fluid that is congealing into like icicles or like blade or needle sharp psychic blades. They break off from the cracks or the valleys and folds of the brain matter and then levitate and fling out 4 of them, all targeting Gray.
Oh.
But
But Gray's still dead.
that would
Looks dead, right?
kill him.
Like dead.
Like super
So-
dead.
It sure would, and that's exactly what
No!
Harvard
No!
Rot would love to see happen today.
Oh.
When it makes its ranged attack, with its
Tarja
action,
casts Wallowed Force.
as a reaction, it gets to make 4 ranged attacks.
Okay.
Counterspell.
So I'm prone, which
You are
means
prone.
I have at least half.
We'll have
Here's the
disadvantage.
Heals as a
Disadvantage because
targeted
of
spell,
prone.
right?
And I'll even give you partial cover because of as we've discussed, like this whole place is a mess of
But I
webs and
think Beepo
stuff.
cast something on me. So.
No, I was because
No.
you were 10 feet of me.
No,
you were no
gotcha.
longer 10 feet.
We'll give you a +2 to your AC.
Okay, that makes it 20. Well, wait, I don't have my shield in hand, right?
You do not.
So
No, it's lying over your body.
Just conveniently ceremoniously.
So that's gonna make it 19.
19 is your AC. Okay.
Okay.
It has a +14 to hit. So with disadvantage, the first attack with a +14 is a 25.
Okay, it's gonna
That's
die
2
off.
deaths. Is it
So
2
that's-
death saving throws per hit?
That's 1. Is it different for range or melee? Somebody
Oh.
can double check that because I think it might be different. It might be 2 for melee, it might be 1 for ranged
Yeah,
attack.
because melee counts as a critical, which is in critical is 2.
I think that's the situation. So each one will just be 1 failed death saving throw. But you also have to, if you're 5e still also hasn't had this problem in a while. If your health when you're down drops to
Negative your full health.
Negative your full health, you automatically die as well. So there's no way they're going to get your full health by the time they've just hit you.
No, each hit is a death saving throw.
No, there's two things happening.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
each hit automatically makes you fail a death saving throw. Also, if your total negative health ever drops to a negative value equivalent to your positive value, you just die as well.
Right.
So if you had
I'm not going to survive this. We don't have to worry about that.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. Was like, well, you'll die from the saving throws far faster than you'll die from the damage. But just for
It's 1
that sake,
per hit.
Okay.
you'll take just be tallying it up. It'll be 21 points of piercing damage.
I
Okay.
got
I'll
you.
survive this.
I got you.
Second attack with disadvantage, 14 to hit. That's 26 to hit, and that's another failed save.
Yep.
Which
That's
That's
all I need to count.
so that's 2.
You have
Okay.
2 more to hit. You have 2
Yeah.
more attacks. So
Oh god.
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
right.
statistical way I'm going to survive this.
He's got to roll less than a 5.
This one
Get a
is
one.
a 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Roll a 3 plus 14. So that's a miss.
So this.
Oh,
Last attack.
Oh gosh.
I don't like it.
That's gonna hit.
Oh god damn
Gray, you were hit by one after another of these as you struggle to breathe. Johan holding you after that just epic tearaway or rescue from the Arbiter of Rot. You hear a swirling laughter echo in your minds, and it's the last thing you hear, Gray, as your consciousness slips away beyond dream into death.
The bugs in the bug bag just like scatter off.
Yeah. And it says, and the seed will be consumed. We will make use of it. The fire is out. And it is gleeful in its victory here. It is, though, a big brain. It's not done yet. It's got Gray or Xerox still grappling it. It's going to use its movement, still reduced by 10, to move forward. So 5, 10, 15.
Yeah, get in the middle.
And that will end its turn, aside from also the fact that it is looking around, doing its feed on anxiety ability once again. Another round of saves for those affected, which is everybody except for those who have a magical barrier.
Not that I can save anyways, but I would really like it.
Vitaria and Togetots are also thus affected. You see Togetots like screech to a halt as his sprinting towards the monstrosity is arrested.
Does 25 save?
25, just save.
Ah.
At least someone is saving.
My roll was 17, and I'm going to do a save.
But your saves, it's just a, what kind of save? Wisdom, okay. I feel like I can't even think straight right now. Like, yeah, no, it's not much.
Right. That's going to end his turn. Sounds like everybody that can be affected except for Johan is fell to the fear. So you are afraid till its next turn, and you feel that slight drain as it begins to consume and heal off of your psychic energy. That is going to end its turn. Wow. It ends its turn, and no, that's not always try to hit the back button when I really just want to like get out of the screen. Yeah, with you now dead.
Let's start lifting up ellipses. And the rot.
Yes.
I mean, technically.
Yeah, the rot.
Changes what time?
Are you guys still talking, or what's going on?
We're waiting for.
Oh, can you hear us?
No.
We can't-
Wait, what?
I can hear you. It just got like, it sounded like everybody started whispering for a second.
We're just really sad.
There was
Just
a
really
lull.
Yeah.
It's definitely a little.
Roll warning.
Gray, just in case we cut out, Gray died, like all the way
Yeah, I
died.
heard that.
And Mark is contemplating who to kill next.
Okay.
We're feeling a little somber.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for making my child witness that, Mark.
You monster!
Oh, how could I?
She was so innocent.
Exposed through the life and death early.
Okay. So.
What's going on?
Okay, so here's what Nazira or Vitaria is gonna do. Vitaria just steps forward, seeing. Oh, Vitaria can't because she's afraid.
Yeah, right.
All she can do then is just gonna cantrip. She's just gonna cantrip the Armander Rock.
Don't you have Fireball, Vitaria?
No, she used them all on you, right?
Yeah.
Zero.
And there's excuse me, there's a lot. Oh wait, she can hit me with fire.
Delayed
Two fire blasts. One's a natural 20, and both of them hit.
Both a natural 20?
One's a natural 20.
Shit.
Thank God.
I'm sorry, I don't have it ready. Can somebody bring up the fire bolt for level? It'd be level 16.
Yeah, we need
Full computer versus tablet.
our
Yeah.
remote. It's what level?
They'd be at least 16.
Okay, well, 17th level is 4010, and 11th is 310.
Like 40-10. Yeah, and that first one is maxed. Because of crit,
40.
so that's 40 damage plus what she rolls just for the first attack. Holy shit. What did I do?
She's gonna come in and she's gonna snipe her kill.
She's gonna kill.
Right. She wants all that XP to herself.
So the first one does 63 points of fire
Oh
damage.
shit.
She is your clone. How did she finish this creature?
It goes right into the center of the brain and just starts burning it outward.
Yeah, it starts like flexing and like quivering as this like it's being like burned and incinerated from the inside. It's like inside's like being like expanded from the heat until finally just like the brain on the back just like explodes out, broken. Its parts just like it's expands out like a rotten flower. The portions of the brain just like expand out and then fall around the creature's legs. Its toes go slack and it loses grip on the webbing. And the whole creature falls from one side, tumbles down. You see the legs like curl up like a dead arachnid.
so glad I can't witness this.
That's some serious 50 Shades of Grey right there.
Oh, the Harbinger of Ra is destroyed.
Somebody loot that body. It's gonna be full of treasure.
There's nothing in there.
Some
People been sitting there like slicing the shit out of it with the sword.
Crit on Victoria. She was gonna go in and like grab Gray and cast invisibility on herself to try and like
That's
hide.
what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
Either
she
that
couldn't
or
move.
another thunder wave, but if it managed to, or thunder stuff, anyway, it doesn't matter.
How did it feel to kill your own creature, Mark?
Not great. I was like, I'll just do canter, will be fine. And I roll a nat 20, like, oh man. Yeah, it had 59 hit points at the beginning of this round.
Damn.
Oh.
That thing was a beast.
It was.
Did she roll with disadvantage
Still.
because she was afraid of it? And that's an
Not.
attack roll.
Oh.
So she,
Oh!
so it wasn't a
So it's
critical.
one hit. All we've done is confirmed one hit so far.
Yep.
Right, the beast lives.
Oh
And-
my god.
If you want to, you can accept that damage roll.
I mean, I don't
which
think
was-
Yeah,
we'll be
we'll
that
look at
sad
that.
if she's dead right now.
It
So
was
you did 60.
63, so minus 40, so it's 23 points of damage
There
for
you
the
go.
first one. Holy shit, back from the grave! Oh, thank you,
Harbinger of
Lord.
Ra.
I'm here for it.
Oh, hell yeah!
I mean, Cole
Alright.
wants her hit, so.
I want. No way am I letting Vitaria be the one that fucked that
Alright, she can still steal this from you.
There is a copy
It has
available if
an
anyone wants a
attack.
copy as well.
Her second one, it has math. What was that? 20. It has, I think 27 HP left after that attack. Disadvantage attack.
thing. Oh, that.
9. And she has a decent modifier. Let me double check this. The spell attack modifier is 11. So with a, what it was, a 6?
9.
Oh, it was 9. So I'll get to 20, which is also a hit.
Why is she sitting 2?
What?
Is she hasted?
No, she's not hasted.
It's
It's
just
just when
one.
you shoot Eldritch Blast, would you get multiple blasts?
She's doing
Fireball. Fireball. Don't you get multiple fireballs?
No, it just goes more damage.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just one.
Sick.
I just thought she was hasted.
It
so I was like,
lives!
alright.
No, not hasted. Yeah, I described it like they were moving with haste. Yeah, I didn't mean to
Okay.
describe that they were actually hasted. Wow. All right. Awesome. So that's gonna end her turn. Oh, my baby boy's alive. With a full suite of legendary actions.
I mean, did I say? Let's
Say
take that
Okay. Evan, I'm so sorry.
I'm already dead. What else can you do to me?
It knows. It knows. Death is not the end for many people with the magics in this world.
Wait, it doesn't need to do more.
It does
It's
indeed.
its turn.
It isn't its turn.
Are we getting
Oh, it's not its turn. It just
It's
gets
not its
legendary
turn.
action.
attacks of opportunities?
It hasn't.
It doesn't. No.
No.
Xerox is still
Xerox is still on.
Xerox
Yeah,
is
it is
grappled.
on it.
He's just going with it.
Yeah.
He's basically riding it. He's not really grappling it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like
Okay,
hugging
so
its
charge
neck.
moved, legendary action. I'm gonna say that's just outside of its reach, just to be fair with the height and
Still
stuff.
down one step.
So it can't quite reach Gray.
Aww.
It desperately wants to. It's
Baby's having a meltdown.
Good luck,
Good
bud.
luck. I mean,
Look what you
You
did,
wanna
Mark.
feel it.
Look what you did to that baby.
You made it sad.
I like this stuff here.
Oh, this
I
stuff is
hadn't had this
good.
one before. It was really yummy.
Is that the one with the cat on the label? We had one, same company that had a cat. It's-
You're welcome to win this if you want.
Just just needs the 5 feet. Things would be so much different.
Thank God for cantrips.
Oh my god. Okay. It is going to cast Firewall again with this legendary action, and it's going to place it right on top of Gray's body, flame out this way, and it's going to just be like a little. What's the? You can do a pretty.
So it's covering Gray's body?
It's like it's covering a portion of Gray's body. It's like if you could see it, you might see like a leg
Is it just
hanging on that
burning
side.
Gray's body?
It's burning Gray's body a bit.
60 feet long.
Yeah. But it can.
At least I can't feel it.
Gray's an object, right?
Gray has been objectified.
Oh, we got all those pesky hit points out of the way.
Okay, it just says wall. It doesn't say like with the other ones that you can like, or a ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter.
Do you have counterspell still?
I do actually have one more counterspell.
Oh.
Counterspell?
Yeah, I was mistaken. I finally found a thing where it tells me.
This is not a spell, this is
What?
a spell-like action.
No, what spell level it casts things at, and it casts things at 7th level.
Oh.
Okay, so to roll for it?
So yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
Okay. What is, I
So
roll-
it's your casting. So you roll and you add your casting modifier,
my spell.
your spell casting modifier, so your charisma,
Okay.
and that has to total higher
I
than
know, I should have kept it.
higher than 17.
2 people witnessed what that was!
Or is it? Yes, 10 plus those.
13 plus 5 is 18.
Cheers back.
Gosh.
Oh, thank the maker.
Use my last.
That does it. You counterspell.
We shall not let it win.
Don't
Yeah,
let it take
absolutely. Again, you see the wall beginning to erupt into reality, into with and out of existence.
Don't want Gray to die. Cool,
It wants to kill Gray. It wants to not
I mean,
just
Gray's already
I
It
dead.
wants to consume Gray.
Yeah,
All right, that
Cool is hopeful that
Johan.
we can figure something out. Just not accepting the Gray's dead.
How far away is this thing from me?
You're right next to Gray, 15 feet away.
It's like, yeah.
So, Johan's, this has been a wild 6 seconds. And in spite of watching this Harbinger just lay into my friend Gray and seeing it still approach, I can tell that he's gonna do something with Gray's body. And this thing is solely dedicated to consuming Gray or stealing Gray. I don't know really what its motivations is, but I know I need to get Gray away from this thing. So I'm going to cast Thunderstep again.
Yeah.
Doesn't that do damage too?
I don't think it'll get him.
Yeah, it's like within 10 feet.
Yeah.
Get Gray away.
Yeah. Do you have do you have the strength? I guess is the only limiting thing because
Like 30 pounds.
you're so small. Yeah, go for it. Absolutely.
And he doesn't have any bugs on him, so that's like 10 pounds. He's not even cleaned, which is another 5 pounds.
So my goal here is to get him away as fast and as far as possible, and trying to just hide from this thing. Mark, what do I see around me exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a hallway. Is it?
There's like
there's a room. This door has been left open by Togutan's entry. And you see there's it's like a utility room in here, and you see probably at the very back of it. You're right up close. You see in the back of it like the ladder that you assume is the way that people have gotten in the elevator. You see the ladder through. Anyway, you saw this very briefly as you mentioned over through this space. So you saw just a flash. So you see this room back here. The rest of this chamber is pretty Spartan aside from another actual door set in here that's closed. Do you think this is the other primary access to this room that goes? You heard it described earlier as having a winding road that went down to this place.
But that door is closed.
That door is closed. The rest of this place is really just it's one massive room that has all that webbing, has the immense structure still holding all the mirrors and stuff in the middle, still just all the way around this space. Is there anything that you're being something trying to hide?
How big is the doorway into this utility room? Is it big enough for a huge creature to get through?
You would probably think not. It's large for a human door, made for moving all these supplies and these big mirrors and stuff inside and through, but spiders also are good at crawling into tiny spaces, so it might be deceiving how large this thing is.
Okay, and can I see where the ladder is at, or is my view obstructed?
You can see the ladder going up, you can't see where it lands or ends, but because that's obstructed by shelves and these mirrors and stuff in this room, but you can see where it goes up into the ceiling.
Okay, great. I'm gonna aim towards that up, and then prepare to just take that fall down.
Okay, yeah. So you're gonna go into the ladder tunnel, and then just let yourself fall down to the ground.
So that I'm locked.
Gotcha. Absolutely. Oh yeah. I'll say that. Yeah. So I'll say that'll put you at least over the 10 feet, so you'll take a little bit of fall damage.
Okay.
You can make an acrobatics check to minimize this.
18.
I'm dead.
Well, what about the copy of the copy?
The copy's fine. The copy's fine. The original grid is fine. This one's dead.
This viewer, each copy gets a little weirder.
Oh my God.
I think there's 3 falling damage.
Okay, I rolled an 18 for my
Yeah,
acrobatics.
you can ignore them. So that you were just gonna take 10 feet of fall and stuff. So just bypass that. Cool. Anything else?
No.
All right.
I'm assuming you took Green with
Yep.
you.
I got out of tour. I gotta get changed.
Whoa, that's some shit going on here. No.
Beep boop, you're up.
Okay,
Get someone a copy.
the first thing I have to question though, Mark, is currently my character is standing on the middle of a bunch of heaps of squares.
Mugs.
And I need to know where I stand because I don't know if I'm close enough to attack this thing.
Good question.
There's milk in the fridge if you want it.
What's your phone?
Well, where I'm standing right now technically is in between 4 squares, and one of them is close enough for me to hit the thing, and the other 3 are
This thing
not.
also has a larger base than it's shown.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can hit it.
Oh, thank God.
I already took the paper that I had stuck to the bottom of it to show its size properly.
Oh, is that what that was? Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I guess I wasn't doing a job if I was the only one indicating.
All of my attacks have been shit today, though. This is the only downside of this.
So you're due.
The only
You're due for
downside.
that
Stay away from I don't have advantage. Shit. Why am I trying to roll with advantage?
Do you have disadvantage?
No.
And if you're frightened.
Ah, fuck! Yes, I do have disadvantage.
So you can only use spells, but you can't use spells.
It doesn't matter either way, so, yeah, not today, Rob. I'm really mad. I'm so mad. Wait, no, I'm really mad. 18?
18 hits.
Oh,
Yes.
God. I'm using Booming Blade, so my blade gets all shiny and flooshy.
Give it the floosh.
I'm gonna give it the floosh. Oh, that's where that was. Alright, maybe that one. Okay.
Y'all got really quiet again.
Sorry!
We're waiting on Joel's
rolls. So,
You know, what if it's like your computer is getting idle or something, and it's
possible.
Maybe that's
Sounds
part of
good.
it. Can you hear us now, Jared?
16
Okay.
16
points of damage.
You did some damage.
As it is shoothed upon by some, like basically a thin carpet of fabric.
Thin carpet of fabric.
Like very sheer fabric, just like swooshes all around it.
Oh.
Definitely easily seen through. But it's on it now. And if it moves, it might get hurt.
Oh.
Because of my booming blade cantrip.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Which cantrip?
Booming blade.
It
Ooh.
only does damage if it moves away.
If it moves 5 feet,
That's a cantrip I've never used.
Yeah.
it's never useful. No one's ever trying to run away from it. But I use it all the time because it gives me 2d8 extra damage on any attack available.
Right on. If that ends your turn, we go on to.
Oh, does it? Bonus action, I'm gonna give myself some healies, but that's it.
Does the church?
Quilla.
Yeah.
Bonus action heals?
No, it gives me 6 temporary hit points.
Alright, Quilla.
Quilla. Okay, Quilla wants
Wait,
Legendary action.
legendary.
Legendary action.
May not have another chance, so it wants to do what it can now.
Yes.
Use. That is okay. Okay.
Yes.
Stole its prize from it. It roars in frustration as Gray is secreted away. And it will cast. We'll cast Dimension Door.
Oh.
You can't see way down there.
You don't need to see your
You
target.
don't need to see.
It
We don't know where it goes.
roars in frustration. It tries to just the brain just almost expands for a moment as Gray is taken from it. It lashes out for a moment and it looks around. Sees Xerox ready to swing down on its head again, and sees you all approaching to deal more damage to this thing.
No.
And it folds in on itself. Blinking out of this space. You know that Dimension Door can take you a significant but not great distance. It could be somewhere here in the mountains still. You don't know where it has gone, but out of view.
No.
That's going to be its turn, or its legendary action.
Motherfucker. Did it transport itself back into that cage? That would be helpful.
Xerox, you would find as you're riding on this thing, ready to smash its head again, it disappears from underneath you. You fall before you catch yourself on some of this webbing or fall to the ground. It is gone.
Are we still in initiative order?
We are out of initiative order, unless there's. We'll go. We'll say. I will say. Is anybody after Beat Boop? So Quilla Dre, Nazira, Xerox, Tokutots. Is there anything that you guys want to do in this like moment here to try and solve this issue?
I mean, technically it moves, so I get to do 3d extra damage to it.
It didn't move.
Oh, fine.
Hello.
Gray soils his pants.
Come on. Yeah.
Quilla, I believe, was about. She was almost even, I believe at least, almost even with the control panel area where Nazira was, which I'm guessing was about 20 feet up.
Mhm.
She, let me know if this is allowed, wants to fall and then use her movement to run. Can I fall as part of my movement? Or to save some movement? Or take some damage to save some movement?
Sure, within
Okay.
reason.
She, in a hurry, guessing that the creature's still going after Gray, just wants to fall/run to try to get in sight of the creature.
Yeah.
With the hope, I have 40 feet of movement. I don't know if that is half because of the stuff.
Yeah, it's still you
So-
can't fall as
I can't-
quickly
I
because there's so
still
much
can't.
stuff. You have to
Okay.
fall. You have to you just hit things. If you just
Yeah.
did free fall. So you're still a little bit slow, but you rush
I would
over
like to
here.
get, if I
um,
can get inside of the tunnel and just trying to see if I can see him.
Yeah, you get inside the, at least to the door here. We'll say, you get over here, and you don't see Gray, you don't see Johan, and you don't see the Arbitrary.
If I can't see them, I'm gonna book it down the tunnel. If I can't see anything to shoot at, I'm gonna run towards where I think they went.
Okay.
And so I'll use my dash.
Zira, is there anything that you would like to do to intervene here before we step out of initiative?
I'm gonna see if I can use the console to find thoughts for living creatures or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I can cast detect thoughts into it and use it to amplify that spell.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll still make an Arcana check, but the DC is far lower. Yeah, go ahead.
And a dice that hasn't been rolling low for me honestly. Okay, 26.
Yeah, you cast the spell. You feel that connection to this system through the deific, voice still functioning. And as you cast the spell, your mind just expands in awareness. The normal limitations of range of the spell just completely blown out of the water as your mind, that awareness just expands throughout the entire mountain. The only consciousnesses in the mountain are your party and Lutaria and Totas.
What?
Left the mountain. Where would it have gone? Just out to space?
It didn't even happen, right?
Because it didn't. I might have just given up and gone up. But how close are we to the Panopticon?
To the
Array. To our spot in the array.
I think
You jump from this one to another one?
The Apple Wax Discovery location.
Yeah.
You looking through the system, you're rapidly approaching. You guys had set that to go some time ago, and you think you'll probably arrive, within a minute. You are way high.
So the emissary killed everybody
Yeah.
that was on the outside of the mountain?
Yeah.
I thought we were there, that's why they... Oh, those bastards.
That's what those little sparks.
I remember them saying, I thought maybe they just killed a few just because they were being dicks. Now I feel
Murdered
bad.
everyone's fuckers.
potential fans.
I mean, now you can have a music box though.
That's enough things. Not for people, brave, but a music box.
Okay, in that case, I will use combination of fly and misty step to get over to Gray as soon as possible, so I can start casting gentle repose as a ritual.
Yeah. So we'll step out of combat, out of initiative.
I'm going to cast invisibility on myself and Gray.
Okay.
I don't really know what's going on out there.
Yeah, you disappear from view. You hear your friends shouting and rushing kind of out here and kind of like towards and into the utility room that you know they're still out there and have heard that the monsters disappeared, I'm sure.
I can't sense the creature anywhere in the mountain.
That doesn't mean he's not still here.
True. Could have a.
Togedots! Let's go! Then we're gonna at least run down through like the other hallway that runs up and just make sure that he's not somewhere up that way.
Right behind you, Captain. Begin rushing up. You sprint up the winding, wide path that leads down, up into the mountain. No sign of the creature.
I'll return to the array actually with that thought, and I'm going to see if I can. I know there's a surveillance system. See if I can use that to look for movement in the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also stop the mountain before it gets to the reverie's place.
Okay.
Just in case. Just so we have a moment.
Yeah. There isn't a like, you know, you don't have
detection
yeah,
system.
exactly. There isn't quite the same like ease of getting what you want here, but you can certainly like begin like looking, like utilizing the different features of the mountain like that would allow things like the transubstantiation array and like allow perception and scrying throughout the mountain and stuff, and you begin like looking.
If it's gonna take a while, I'll go back to casting gentle repose.
Still invisible, so.
I can see invisible.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
She's just trying.
Are you going? Oh wait.
Save the spell slots.
Yeah, gentle repose.
Xerox will follow her companions and will tell them to get him, I need Bellstone.
You know I got some in my bag.
Yeah, I'll give them whatever I have in my component pouch.
You need
I
some.
need Bellstone in an hour to cast Resurrection.
An hour.
But gentle repose about this time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That might bring it right back. How long does gentle repose?
Then we'll kill it.
It has to be recast every like 10 days, I think.
But
How long is the cast?
It's a ritual, so it's gonna take 10 minutes. I am hasted, so it might be like cut down by quarter.
if anything, you're gonna lose time because you're gonna be exhausted for 6
That's
seconds.
true. That's true.
I think the goal is to get Invisible Gray away from the situation as stealthily as possible.
Yeah.
Like back to Shippy.
Can you get either Shippy to come up here, or we can get Gray down to the elevator?
Right, should be.
Yeah, let's, Shippy, is Shippy able to fly up here? He's not able to fly up here.
He could come around the mountain. It just might take him longer.
Shippy, can you, come around the mountain to this side of
Are
it?
you able to get to the comm array?
Yeah.
I mean, should be.
Oh, Shippy, are you able to get to the comm array?
Sounds like you needed a minute to figure out your question.
If he wants to take Gray, he has to take me.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
What was that? What is-
I Gray to my back. If he wants to take Gray, he has to take me.
Ah, nice. Shippy says, Yeah, I'd be happy to fly around the mountain.
How
Meet you at the
fast?
top.
How long will it take?
Not long at all. Should be there in just a few minutes. I'm finding this far off the planet, I can fly around a lot faster. Isn't that fun?
Shippy, can you see any objects out there that aren't supposed to be out there, that weren't out there before?
I'd like to remind you that I can't actually see, and I can't sense things far beyond my immediate vicinity.
Okay, so keep your awareness open.
Open your mind. Take some LSD.
And then, while all this is going on, I'm also gonna use my rather back keeper to regain one more luck slot.
Nice.
Shippy was more than 500 feet away, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
on the other side of the mountain.
Alright. If we're not going to be casting Gentle Repose right now, are we
Wait,
going to
no, do that.
Do
So.
that? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
No, absolutely.
In this area,
Yeah, that's fine.
we need to get Gray away. This thing was trying to kidnap Gray. We need to get Gray away from the situation as fast as possible. We don't have
Like I
10.
said, tie him to me and I'll go to shipping.
Yeah, we don't have 10 minutes. We need to get away from the situation fast.
Well, Shippy's on their way, and
That gives us enough time to tie an invisible Gray to Xerox.
I mean,
it might take more than 10 minutes. We might as well try to cast it while Shippy's on the way.
It's a ritual, so it has to be in a, like, I don't.
Yeah, you can't walk in ritual.
Yeah, but if Shippy gets there, we'll stop them and we'll
But
stop her and then.
Here's the thing, is that,
I don't need him to be fresh.
You just do like a loose knot around the neck and the torso. And
Also,
it also protects them from decay and from becoming undead. So
Yeah.
if the rot wants to attack or to
Yeah.
implant itself within his body,
yeah,
it might protect him from that. That's what that's.
we'll bring that up when it's important. Anyways.
I think probably
Oh,
take
fuck.
the ship and then cast it.
Yeah, let's get him to the ship as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Well, Shippy's on the way.
Yeah,
and
Shibu's on the way. He's gonna meet us here.
Togotots, stay
I'll go back to the console.
watching. I'm gonna watch the halls. We'll go back to the room.
I'm gonna make a 500 feet radius from our location to see if I can do process of elimination as to where that thing could be when I look through the sensors.
Yeah, smart. Yeah. Togotots first says to you, Bibu, says, you and I, Captain, we can look where no one else can. Outside the mountain, tie a rope to me. And begins rushing towards the hole in the bottom of it.
Fuck yeah, sure, dude. I tie her up and follow so that he has space to jump. Oh,
It's like as soon as you give him the go ahead, he just like jumps into the void down below, like flies down for a while until the rope
Togotots.
drops off. Starts like looking around, like his arms like out ready to burn anything he sees in his face. And you notice that you are now once again, oriented with the top of the mountain, the comms array pointed down towards the world.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the vast expanse of the bone wastes below you, covered in many places in turmoiling clouds of some natural and some sickly, strange colored clouds. But Togotot says, no abominations in sight. You begin looking through.
I don't have the looks of those clouds.
It's the bone waste is always like that. They have storms of death that constantly roll through the bone waste. That rain acid and fire and
Sorts of crazy shit.
yeah. Is there like a one location in the bone waste that's like not taken by storm and we can in fact see the branches of a tree reaching out.
Well,
No, no
Havelock
sacred-
Shrubbery is right above the tree, though.
It's above the mountain that this mountain was taken from.
Is it? I thought it was closer to the tree. Okay.
Yeah. We still don't have a location on the tree.
On the contrary, at
No.
least one of you, who was it that saw out and
I
saw
think it was
Great.
I think it was
Right.
great. Perfect.
with your exceptional perception, saw, through a break in those clouds and such, saw what looked to be a strange, tall, like towering, mountain that was jagged and broken, but realized instead that it was a unimaginably large broken trunk of a once great tree.
Oh.
Amidst a vast swath of rotten and despoiled land.
The rest of us haven't seen that.
Yeah, the rest of you guys have not seen that.
And Gray's dead.
And Gray's dead.
in case you weren't paying attention.
What I'm going to do.
But if you begin the process, it takes some time, but you so far, you don't see anything that contradicts your psychic awareness that you have.
And I
You're the
widen,
only conscious-
as time goes by, I have to widen the search area. So I'll see if the target can help me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to cast Minor Illusion, and the illusion is going to be a replica of Gray's body, which I'm holding. Yeah, holding an illusion of Gray. And my intent is to make it look like I'm holding Gray, and when the Shippy arrives, I'm going to hop on Shippy.
Okay.
And then Xerox, you have invisible Gray tied to your back, is that correct?
Is Gray still invisible though?
Yes.
Yeah, I casted it after he had died.
Yeah.
It's not a
so
creature though.
You held him,
Oh.
but it like invisibility. Yeah, I don't know that it would
Put
cover.
it in the bag of holding.
Okay, first object.
Has been objected.
He's been dead for less than a minute.
In there with the dark prince.
I'll just
Can't take the psychic damage, yeah.
At the very least, it's two copies
Yeah.
to confuse. Yeah, so we've got two Grays being carried. Yeah, anything else that people want to do while you wait for Shippy? And where exactly here? Where are you guys waiting? Some of you were kind of at the control panel up here.
I'm down near the opening because I'm holding a rope.
Yeah.
And I'm pulling Togatatsu back in.
We'll go with, like, sort of splitting the difference between Xerox and Johan. And she's going to just have detect magic up to see if anything changes. Like, looking for any boost of magic. I know that's not like a catch-all necessarily, but just looking for any magical variance.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Roll a 15.
Yeah.
Just the last thing.
Minutes pass as you guys look for any sign of this creature. You try and keep yourselves as prepared and ready for any sudden appearance or attack by it. The moments pass and drag on into minutes, and before too long, the shape of Shippy sails into view below this chamber. And you hear Shippy reach out and connecting to the systems of Mount Inaru again. I made it. What's next, guys?
Did you say anything on your way here?
Nothing but the mountain.
How's Ellipses, Shippy?
Ellipses is still in his room.
Everything sounds okay in there?
No, he's still crying.
Alright. He's not undergoing some horrific transformation into the Harbinger of Rot too, right?
Not that I can tell.
Alright, thank you.
Come on, everybody.
Maybe it can transmit itself across the mycelium.
Let's get on to Shippy.
Everybody?
Everybody. I mean, I don't know why. The more people on Shippy, the better. Close is safe.
Let's split the party.
Don't split it.
How are we gonna find it if we don't have access to the... Maybe we can access it through Shippy.
I have a feeling that it might not be coming back.
And it has to have gone somewhere.
That is going to be a problem for after Rest and Gray. We're not leaving. We're just getting on Shippy.
Bataria, come with us so we can rest up. Oh,
Like I can remain here to keep him.
no.
Yeah, I mean,
we trust her at this point.
are we worried? What if the rot can do something extraordinary? Like,
Yeah,
transmit rot
exactly.
across the planet?
That's why I stopped the machine.
Oh, you stopped this
Yeah, I
one.
stopped
Okay.
the machine.
Then okay.
Taria says, if we do want to be sure of this thing's location, if the mountain is connected to the network, we'd be able to use his powers to scry upon it.
Do you think it would be possible for it to spread itself through the network?
She says, let's put her a little too proud.
Can I think on that too?
Go ahead. And you can make an Arcana check, or you can add your, you finally get a good roll, or is it more pain?
It's a good roll. I can do what or what? Sorry.
You can add your like tinker proficiencies and see if that's so much time.
I rolled a natural 20 plus 10 plus so 30 something odd over there.
You think that you think that the Rot and Mount Ainaru and the Panopticon system are very, very different things. You doubt that the Rot could like turn the switch and just like broadcast itself or something like that, but from what you know of the Rot, like it will consume and make use of its environment in the end, even if that does take a long time. And it may not, use it in a way that you might predict, but might, consume the mountain and put it to some other use. It probably wouldn't be a danger to like put the mountain there and then check it out and then move it, because you think if the Rot was going to do anything, it would take time. Fundamentally, like that's the thing you can be most assured of, especially with something as complex as Mount Ainaru.
That makes sense.
That's all, assuming like the brain creature didn't come up and start pushing buttons. Like that would be a different scenario, but like the Rot just consuming things.
It doesn't have the divine spark, so I would have to hotwire it.
Yeah. It does have potentially a lot of knowledge from these Samsarans that it consumed.
That's true.
But so there is, potentially some danger related to that. But yeah, you don't think that there'd be like, you don't necessarily think there'd be like it plugged in and suddenly like it rotted the entire world because it flipped the switch. It would probably need some time to figure things out and come up with a dastardly plan to use it.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna start like using Togetuts to form a rope bridge between Shippy and where we are.
Yeah, Shippy just hovers in and Togetots like already dangling beneath the mountain. like lands and ties off takes the rope off himself and ties it to Shippy. And is there to assist anybody down.
Do I perceive any danger of just like leaving the mountain while I'm in? I don't know anything about space. I don't even know what space is. Am I worried? Do I feel cold?
Yeah.
It's not like a shared atmosphere.
Yeah. You're, like I say, you're not sure.
Yeah.
Togetos doesn't seem to have had a problem with it, but Togetos is a construct or a warforged.
Have this thing open the whole time. That space is
Yeah,
there.
it's been
so.
really warm.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine.
I've been breathing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds.
Chippy, seems like there's enough atmosphere.
Yeah.
Use the rope in case you need to be pulled back up quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna for sure. The minor illusion drops. I'm gonna grab on the rope and I'm gonna. I'll ask this in a role sort of way. Do I think I'm in danger by doing this, or is this just another day in the office?
Oh wow, I can't answer that question for you. You are in a mountain, flying far, far above the surface of the world. You see the inky darkness of space, unmolested by the presence of an atmosphere around you. Shippy's hanging out, like just below the thing. Shippy seems to be chill. You see Ellis comes out on the deck and just like looking up at you guys, like coming down, just like waves. They can breathe down there.
Sounds great to me. But, so Johan's he's gonna get on the rope and gosh, what a day. What else could go wrong? And then I head on down.
Legendary action.
Liz is terrified.
Yeah.
Liz doesn't want to go to ship. She's scared.
Scared of what?
Johan is lowering himself down the rope. The gravity, kind of apparent gravity, is maintained. If like you feel kind of this shift as you like seem to go from the influence of the mountain to
down to
just the shift is like you get close enough to Shippy that Shippy seems to press their or Shippy's understanding of where down is upon you, and you also notice that there's definitely like a transition of like air as like the cool air of the mountain that's now stinking of the spilled flesh of the cocoon and the rotting stuff that the imminent rot still lingers in that smell. But you like pass from the mountain's air into like Shippy's air. There's like a kind of a transition as it's not like immediate, but there's like a transition as like the air seems to be mingling. But you get into Shippy's and it smells a little bit better when you get down there.
Or like dead bird.
Or it's been aired out.
It's been a wild day. Okay.
But you guys see Johan make it safely from mountain to Shippy.
Alright. Who's next?
Xerox will follow him down immediately.
Xerox bravely steps down, hardly even needing the the rope because you can do the intermittent fly thing. Or is that only when you're raging?
Only when I'm raging.
No flying anymore today. So you take the slow route hand over hand. Gray hardly even weighing you down. You make it to the ship.
Well, before he heads down, get Gray inside the ship as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And Xerox will heed that advice and go inside the ship.
I'm still on the lookout for any signs. We have like a turret or something.
Yeah. 2 or 3.
So while he's coming down, I'm actively looking for something, anything.
Ella says, something to be on the lookout for, Captain?
Yes.
You got it. Scanning space.
Love Ellis.
Chloe's just like, she's grabbing rope and letting go and like stepping back a little bit and like just really, really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do this, huh?
Just gonna like grab the rope.
You can lead if you want to.
I mean, we have to get down there, right?
I hope you're done with it.
And it's just like she closes her eyes and just starts pointing hand over hand, like fist to fist, like afraid to like so afraid.
Yeah.
The crowds are needing the rope even. Like, let's see their eyes closed.
Yeah. I think I was thinking about making you guys do climbing checks on this. But the thing is that Shippy is right below you and is in somewhat animate ship with now with the Atlas you have has some more control. So Shippy can see like Shippy kind of like moving around as as you guys start getting dangerously off the edge or start to fall or something. Shippy just shifts to make sure you land on the deck. And it's not a long climb. Of course, absolute terror of this height certainly makes the palms sweat as you climb down. But in time, Quilla's eyes perhaps closed at that moment, but can feel feet stepping down onto the solid hole. Open your eyes. Yeah, seriously, still. One by one.
Shippy, stay with us. And I'm going to direct the mountain to go to its spot and I'll look at Vataria.
Spot where?
So it's an optic Honore.
We're going to the library.
That's right.
Oh, great. Oh, tragedy.
Shall we do this? Look for it?
I think we'd be better armed with knowledge than without.
I agree. And I'll instruct the mountain to go to its spot and then optic Honore.
The mountain, barely even like you're just like most even knowing the mountain has changed and its like movement, you're like barely aware that it's shifted at all. But the systems are telling you that it's fast approaching, and in a minute or two, you get the sensation. It's like the ship has fallen into a resting place. You can see that. Like the systems are telling you like has a bunch of like excess power now as the Zephyr drive is no longer needed to be like spooled up so hot to maintain this position, as it's like fallen into this like pocket of you guess like magical weave or something, like these like ley lines or something been like projected out into space, and like these are like places where it can rest. It's like meant to set there, and the system says, Apoapsis reached, and just lets you know that you are in the right position. And Vitaria says, you sense it, the network, it's there. The mountain can connect. Are you ready? You both merely speak the words to the machine, and you feel for just a moment like your connection to this machine has allowed you to have this like sort of like passive like sensory input almost from like all throughout the mountain when you're connected to it, and for a moment that just like expands out beyond imagining as the mountain is added to this network of potentially dozens of other nodes like this one around the world. You give me an intelligence saving throw. I can do this with advantages. Vitaria is hearing low.
31.
Your mind rapidly, just ravenously devours all this incoming information and input and just like expands out to like understand almost immediately, just like all this information coming in. You can see just like at the edges of your vision almost an expanse of the entire globe. You can see in this moment like pings and just like this hazy background of like these other nodes that are like set up around the world. Some of them are missing, but many of them are still there. There's still patches where the system can't reach. Particularly from here, not quite on the exact opposite side of the world, but there is like a dead spot on the other side of the world somewhere. And all of this just magical, like, you know, scrying and perception that's just flooding into your mind is almost like untenable, just like holding all this, and you realize that you need to focus it into something specific. So you want to use this to begin scrying on the region.
Yes.
Just double check. Scrying is a save.
And it's versus a mountain.
But it's versus
Yeah.
Mount Inaru.
Yeah.
Mount Inaru has the highest spellcasting.
Go figure.
I have met the target, so that's a 0 saving modifier.
Yeah.
I mean, we fought, so does that mean familiar? It's been a long, ongoing fight against the rot.
I mean, it was less.
It was a wicked 18 seconds.
And we had a conversation with the rock.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We know hungry very well.
No, we did.
We've seen the rot and gray for a long time.
Yeah, we killed
Yeah, well, if you want to scry on the raw and gray, that would be helpful. Alright, so it makes, yeah, first hand, yeah, so we'll just have the 0, and it needs to make a, where is it? Wisdom saving throw. Mount Inaru has a spell DC of 22.
Did any part of it get hacked off while we were fighting it?
I mean, it's...
Does it have a body part, lock of hair, bit of nail, or the like?
How about a psychic excretion? There are many of its like dart things that shot at you guys.
Yeah, okay.
Those were extruded from its brain.
Yeah.
So pretty
powdered brain.
Yeah.
Does that add
It gives
a
it
minus 10 on the save?
Nice.
You can take it back,
Almost
don't worry.
No, hold on.
It's almost a normal save.
Yeah. Still a
That's
little
what
bit
it is.
to
Plus
that.
9. A full plus 9.
So it needs to make a wisdom saving throw. Got a natural 20.
No, I would.
Wow.
On a successful throw, it isn't affected, and you can't
24
use
hours.
the spell again against it. 24 hours. Unfortunately, there is something like the.
Actually, no, I foresee this moment, and it
Oh.
has a 9.
Yes!
I was wondering why you had to use that before.
Wow.
Yeah, 9.
So, your mind
Good.
expands out into the mountain. You can feel it like expanding even further than that, and you have all these sources, all these points, all looking for the same thing, and you can feel their focus, like narrowing down and isolating your target. It is not in the mountain any longer. There is a moment where you feel, for a moment, the sensation just. Oh man, it's been some minutes now, actually.
Yeah.
Damn. I I think that falling happens real fast. You see the
It's falling
creature.
into you, so you can absorb it.
You see the creature. No. Legendary save. It doesn't use any.
Oh, okay.
No, it still has all three. Boom.
Fine.
It ignores it.
You're right.
It saves.
That's right, that makes sense.
The
So close!
jury will
You almost
disregard.
Strike this from the record.
But yeah, I have already said it's outside the mountain, and it was falling. It failed ship.
Well,
Coward.
can't get back here at least. So,
Unless you can fly.
I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
for now, we all need to sleep.
Man, totally.
Cast gentle repose on our friends.
Doesn't Xerox have the, yeah. Oh, and that's an hour?
But
Yeah, it's an hour.
while you're casting gentle, we really need to look over his body and make sure that bringing him back won't cause us more harm.
Anyone who
Gray
got
has
touched,
been
right?
killed by the rots. And we already know that if he is affected again, that it could be bad for him. We were told that when he was healed. So while she's casting gentle repose, I'm gonna start stripping Gray.
That's a lot of pretext.
So
Yeah.
Hey guys, Melissa's having some issues, so I need to go. Just at the end of this, just get to a point where I would cast Resurrection or whatever.
okay.
All right.
Good luck, Jared.
Yeah, it's.
We'll let you be here for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna look over his body and make sure he's not rotted.
And we got him naked first?
Yeah.
While you were gone.
We stripped him down. There. We've seen his cheeks many a time. He was naked in a. What was that? No, I guess you weren't nude when you were bathing in the fountains of the water.
I don't know, I mean, he's pretty El Natural,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty sure you could probably watch him naked before.
Yeah.
You're looking for any signs of
Yeah.
off-road.
Yeah.
Any indication rot is gonna affect the way it comes back. If there's any visual signs.
No, a gray looks just like a deceased gray. Heavily wounded from all the punctures and lacerations.
How's his birth?
No change right now.
Same.
Does anybody have
Sure, cast gentle repose on just a
I rolled
save.
11.
Excellent.
Excellent.
11. Rigor mortis is beginning to set in.
The joints.
You'll be stiff when you get resurrected.
Does he have any? Whoa.
Whoa.
I agree.
That's
Gray's been healed for 400 hit points.
Well, with Xerox gone. Well, it's, anything else you guys want to do before we move to, kind of closing out the session as you guys move to begin the rituals to try and resurrect Gray?
Yeah, we're done some things I'd like to do.
I would like my intestinal tract to begin to bloat.
No, I think because thoughts about what we need to do from here. But besides, like the most important thing is taking care of Gray at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna see if I can set the panopticon.
Oh, you're not on the boat yet.
Yeah. To keep scanning for instances of the rot around the world. And I'll also ask Vitaria if she knows it. We talked about shielding. We talked about shielding the panopticon before from external intrusion. I think that would be a good idea before we take a rest.
Cool.
And I would also like to see if I can set a lockout for basically anyone that's not us. Me, Vitaria, Willa.
So you want to try and obscure the mountain or protect the mountain from like magical sight and stuff?
Mm-hmm. And the fact that the array is functioning again.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the array was functioning, just missed the one.
Panopticon network.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like from your connection to it, you found that there are other like mountains presumably or like these nodes, but they were not active, like they were just floating there in kind of a standby or something.
Now they're active.
Yeah, they were activated by you guys.
Yeah.
You can effectively you are basically controlling the entire network as the only node that's receiving active command. So you could turn it off again after you scry it and just leave the mountain, it won't make the mountain fall. It'll still rest in that spot. And you wanted to, what were the other things you wanted to do?
Spy on the rot.
Spy on the rot. Yes.
And make sure it's protected from external intrusion.
And
lockout.
You think that one of the challenges right now is figuring out what the Sanisarans did, like what workarounds and like problems that they made through their trickery with the system. But these will be some.
Can I route the controls to Shippy?
You don't expect so.
Okay.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, so why don't we'll just kind of wind down and end here today, and we'll begin with you guys on the ship and trying to figure out what to do with Gray and what's next.
So I think I still have flying work. So when we're done with this, I'm gonna fly to the ship, but I want to go outside.
Yeah.
Just so you know, keep going until something changes.
Into the void.
Yeah, I want to see what
It does
happens.
not have close here.
Jared said he wanted to start casting Resurrection.
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that yet. I mean, I want to figure that alive, but I like, we gave him a once over, but I don't have faith that that's. I need someone to get a real good magical look at Gray's body to make sure that we're not going to just kill Gray with rot.
And that rose will keep him stable.
Like, general rose will keep him stable, but
It should.
Yeah.
I think that should be the first thing we do in the morning.
I can do it now.
Actually, fuck it. Well, can you? You
Yeah.
get spells out of that.
Gentle Repol is like he has his ritual.
No, you do that, but like,
Yeah, okay.
his body needs to like examined or like
Examine corpse spell.
Yeah.
greater restoration. Like,
I don't know what you would do for that. Like, there's no diagnosis.
Did someone cast what's that one spell? Detect magic or
I
something?
mean, both can just have a little.
She's got detect magic going all the time.
Anything?
Yeah, and I've been detecting magic like on the mountain and on my way back to the ship and stuff. Well,
We need like a detect disease spell.
I know.
Smart.
There is a detect disease
there?
spell.
Yeah, very
It's a super convenient gray.
Sorry guys, drop the ball out.
What happens when I fly out of range, Mark?
Out of range. You fly out of the mountain, towards Shippy, and then out and away from Shippy on the mountain. You can fly around with,
No problem?
no
Nothing?
problem.
All right.
But you fly far enough away, and like just like you, as there's like kind of a transitionary, thing as you're like getting towards from the mountain's air to Shippy's air and stuff. Eventually, you get far enough away, and you feel like there is a little air pocket around you, just like there is around Shippy,
Oh, okay.
and it moves with you seemingly.
Okay.
It's probably a lot smaller than Shippy's.
Probably a lot, and I don't have Zephyr.
And you don't have Zephyr, so if you think that you can like feel as you're like flying around, just the excitement of like actually like breathing quickly and stuff, and you feel like the air just beginning to grow a little stale around you.
A little cold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh crap, that's so cool.
I return and cast that spell we're gonna cast.
Gentle
Repose.
Well guys, it sucks being dead. Let me tell